Fish hunt.
Are you serious?
Yeah, yeah. That feels better.
All right, well,
Fish hunt.
here's the deal. Here's the deal. I'm going to a jerkbait.
Yeah. Nah,
It's still a little guy, but
on
it's
the
still
side.
a fish.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
They're hitting the jerkbait.
Yeah. The little
right.
bitty guy.
I'm all in.
Yeah.
I'm throwing a buzzbait. Folks, today we're at Lake Pleasant with one of my great friends, Kevin Finley. And he grew up on this lake, man. He knows this lake like the back of his hand. Last time we were here, we were throwing soft jerkbaits, and we got on them pretty good.
No, we really did. I mean, how many fish we catch that day? Like 20 fish?
It was crazy. It was fun.
Yeah.
I've been throwing a buzzbait around a little bit this morning. We both have, and it just hasn't been happening.
No.
Can you explain what's going on with this lake right now?
You know, usually in October, you can get on a good buzzbait bite in the morning and in the evenings out here right now, and then you get on a good crankbait bite and stuff, but it's just been real weird. The lake went down a little bit further this year than it normally has, and the watercolor is way off, and so it's just a different kind of October, and it's been so hot for so long. So we'll just try to have to figure it out today, you know?
Yeah, we're gonna run around. We might have to throw, what will we call it? Junk fishing, garbage fishing?
Yeah.
We're gonna figure out what it takes. He's already caught two on this jerkbait. What are you throwing here?
It's a Mega Bass +1. I really like it, thin hooks, and they seem to really like that white and that with a little blue in it like that. So it's called Pearl.
Man, that is nice.
Yeah, I like
that
it.
thing.
I like it.
2 fish and 2 casts.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So nothing big yet, but man,
well, hopefully we'll get something better.
You make me think I shouldn't even be throwing the buzzbait now. I ought to just move to the jerkbait. Because I'm looking underneath this. There's a ton of fish down there, son.
Yeah, they might. And this is a real good jerkbait area here. Like I've caught them on jerkbaits here when they wouldn't eat anything else.
Yeah.
Fish hunt.
Another one?
Yep.
All right, that does it. See, that says it right there, folks. How big is it though? Are they big?
I don't know how big this one is.
Another little guy.
I think he's another little guy. But maybe we can get
He's putting a spoon on there.
maybe we can get some better ones here.
That's what we call a little Lake Pleasant bass.
There he is.
I knew it.
He's small
Little
again.
guy. You're catching all them little guys. You
Yeah,
can
I'm
have
catching a small one.
them. Look at that. I'm in a rock.
You got one?
I'm in a rock. Look at that. That's like the 4th fish you've caught on that?
I know.
And we haven't caught a keeper yet.
I know. That's why I'm hoping that you're gonna catch him.
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
A better one on that one, you know.
And did you get another one?
Yep. Another dink.
Ah, I see how it is.
We gotta figure out how to catch the better ones here.
Well, I'm fixing to show you, son.
All right.
I mean, you've already got a limit of fish in the boat before I've caught my first one.
A limit of dinks.
Folks, I'll tell you what. Old Kevin can sure catch them.
Oh, gosh.
There's one.
Hey, you got one.
There's one.
Good. I hope it's a good one.
There's one.
Oh, that's a good one,
That's
Johnny.
not a bad one there, son.
Yeah, that's a good one.
See? Look at there.
Nice.
All right. Hey, we got us one.
That's a good fish, Johnny.
Oh, don't you come off right
Nice.
now.
Way to go.
Nope. I don't want that thing in my hand. Come on. Ah, I got you.
All right.
I'm like, boy, you don't want one of these in your hand, do you?
Let me get that for you, Johnny.
Oh, you the man.
Boy, he's stuck in there, isn't he?
Yeah. Get it?
Ah, wow. Yeah.
A little Lake Pleasant jerkbait
Those are
bass,
fun
folks.
fish.
Not a giant fish, but like I usually say, a fun fish on jerkbaits. You know, a lot of times this time of year, like Kevin's been saying, they're schooling up a little bit. You can get on some of these walls and catch some of these fish. Now, what we're throwing is one that's normally deeper than, what do you call it, a +1?
Yeah, +1.
You know,
yeah.
but you can tell the bill on this, it goes a little bit deeper than the average jerkbait that you'd normally throw, the shallow runner. And we get it down there a little bit deeper, hopefully to catch some of the bigger fish is the purpose of it.
Right.
Because the little ones seem to like the shallower ones.
And the colder it gets, the more those bait will school up and more those fish will start eating. I mean, jerkbait's a great bait to throw all year, all winter long at Lake Pleasant. Pleasant, really good.
Well, I'll tell you what, this lake is definitely not on the top of its game right now, that's for sure.
No, it's tough
fishing. It's tough fishing.
Yeah, it's tough.
So, I mean, for us to come out here, I mean, I had to wait for him to catch 5 fish before I decided to change over, but we did it.
Yeah, but Johnny's fish was bigger.
I've got big fish.
He's got big fish.
That might have been a keeper.
Yeah, that was a keeper.
Yeah, in a tournament anyway. You know, there's not a whole lot to this, is there? You know, you throw it out there, you put some slack in your line, and pop it, you know?
Yeah, and one of the things that you've always got to remember about a jerkbait is you don't ever want to move that bait towards you with the reel handle.
No.
You always want to move that bait towards you with a flip of the rod and then just take up the slack with the reel handle. But that's how you make that jerkbait go to the left, go to the right, go to the left, go to the right, and that's what you want. You want that fish to think that's an injured bait fish or something like that. See, when we cast really close together like that, we look like we're schooling fish, right, Johnny?
Exactly. Well, you know, great minds think alike,
That's
right? That's what I always say. Now, who's going to catch the fish?
I don't know, but I want to catch a big one.
You know, the one thing that I think about jerkbaits that a lot of people, I get these questions all the time. And, you know, when the water's really cold, a lot of times you can twitch the bait like so and let it sit there for, you know, seconds. I mean, 10 seconds, and then jerk it again.
Yeah.
When the water's a little warmer and they're chasing, you can jerk it in a little bit faster.
Yeah, we've done it up in Humbug in the wintertime. We've done it where we'll let it sit and we'll count to 30. Now that's painful. It's hard for me to do that.
That's drying paint
but
there.
But you know.
Uh-oh, I think
I think you got a tree out here, and there are some trees out here.
Oh man.
Even on the end out here. There's a fish.
Got one? You went right back to catching them little ones, didn't you?
Yeah, went right back catching them little ones.
Now we've gone back and forth on this point now for the last, what do you think, half hour, whatever?
Yep.
We're just going around the point, coming back and forth on this point. It's steep. And every time we go through here, we're getting bit on a jerkbait, or Kevin is. And I got one fish, but I just tied it on too, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean.
But it seems like that spot on the other side, I had a good one on, I lost him, and then you caught a better one.
Yeah.
So it seems like that other side has better fish.
No! Did you get it?
Yeah.
Did you get a fish?
I don't think it's very good. I'm telling you, man.
Great. Look, that's not a bad one.
No, not too bad. That's a little better.
Look at that, he's drop shotting fish now. He puts me on the jerkbait, pulls up a drop shot, and then I go back to the drop shot. He pulls up the jerkbait and catches a fish. Kevin, man, I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, I'm having a good time here. There you go.
That's a little bit better fish
All
there.
right, that's what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Nice.
Now, see, that's a drop shot fish, Kevin.
Yeah, I know. It's because that wind calmed down.
They went right up on
And
that bank.
yeah, that wind.
That's a good one, son.
Yeah, that's a good fish. Yeah, it's because the wind chilled out, and then they quit eating the jerkbait.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one, son.
That's a good one.
Don't you lose him.
We won't lose him. There you go. Look at that one.
Look at this.
How about that?
Doink. Look at that.
Look at that.
That's why you always keep pressure on
That's
them,
a good one,
folks.
Johnny.
Look at that fish.
Now, see, that's Lake Pleasant fall fish.
There you go, right there.
And that's the size that you usually get at Lake Pleasant.
Getting a good little fat belly going on.
That's a
Look
good
at
one.
that. I
Nice
love
fish.
it. Caught that on that Morning Dawn Arizona custom bait
great.
worm.
No, it's a great bait.
Wow.
Great color,
All right,
great
buddy,
bait.
see ya. Folks, I'll tell you what, we've been back and forth on the same point, but we got shade on it too.
Yeah.
So it was good to come back through here and drop shot it.
Yeah, no, and just with the jerkbait, when the wind was blowing, we were getting bit. You know, we weren't getting any real good ones or whatnot, and then it just laid down, so we had to switch to drop shot, which is what you have to do.
No, it's you know, when the fishing gets tough, folks, there's just no doubt about it. You gotta sometimes downsize, and you really, you know, there's people that make fun of this rig all the time. I listen to it all the time. But the thing is, it catches fish. And when you want to catch fish throughout the day, you know, sometimes you just got to go to this. And it's really a lot of fun. You get the right drop shot outfit, you know. This is my Signature Series rod from Taipan, and it's a medium light basically. And man, you fight a fish like that, it feels like a big one. I mean, it feels like it's 10 pounds.
Well, that was a good fish.
Yeah, and then we're using a 6-pound leader.
Yep.
With a 20-pound smackdown line, you know, braided line. But man, I'm telling you, this outfit is a lot of fun, and you'll catch fish on this lake when it gets tough, I promise you, if you learn how to throw this rig, right, Kevin?
Yeah, oh yeah, and you know, the other thing is that I think that people need to remember about Lake Pleasant is Lake Pleasant, it is a drop shot lake. And it's because it's a shad lake, and so they eat the drop shot here, and if you're not throwing the drop shot at Lake Pleasant, you're missing out on a lot of good fishing.
Man, what a great fish, man. What a way to start our day.
Yep.
We're having a, you know, it's a tough day. We're jump fishing, doing what we have to do, but we're getting it done.
Fish on.
You got a fish? Oh, we got a fish. A good one?
I don't know. I can't tell. I don't think he's very big, but we'll see.
Come on, Kevin, get him in.
No, another small one. That
Well,
definitely wasn't the size of Johnny's.
Look at Kevin's catching them. And hey, you got to feel special when your sponsor comes out here and delivers some worms for you, man. Look at this, the Punisher color from Arizona Custom Baits.
It looks like a great color.
From Arizona Custom Baits out here delivering me some worms, Manny. I'll tell you what, I'm excited. Not to mention that now, now these things have scent in them. And if you want scent, you can get it with Arizona Custom Baits right there.
It's strong too, it smells good.
Man, I'm looking forward to trying these out. We'll probably try them out today and see how it goes anyways. Thank you, brother. Kevin, we're catching some fish off this.
I know, we're catching a few. I need to get one. I need to get a Johnny size fish here.
Yeah. Hey folks, for my tip of the week, one thing that's really important to remember when you're drop shotting, especially walls, things like that, and you're fishing a little bit deeper, a lot of times you might feel that little tick, that little bite, and think, oh man, I don't know if he's got it or he doesn't have it. And a lot of people will leave their line just sitting out. Well, always catch up with your line a little bit to see if that fish is still there, because a lot of times what happens is the fish will bite, inhale the bait, and start running for the boat out to deeper water because that's where they feel safe. So what ends up happening is if you don't catch up with your line, number one, a lot of times you'll either lose the fish, he'll spit it out, or most of the time, especially with scent and as soft as these worms are, they swallow the hook. And because they've had it for so long, and you don't want them to do that either. And it'll kill tournament fishermen for sure. You know, you can't let fish die. You have to keep them alive. So you don't want them to eat it that far down. But always check that, because a lot of times you'll say, oh, he's not there anymore. But if you don't catch up with your line, it's very possible that slack line is him running underneath your boat, and you're gonna really hurt the fish, or you're not gonna catch the fish. That's my tip of the week. Kevin, you know, everybody's probably wondering what in the world, because you know, you've heard the term Lake Unpleasant for years. You've lived here. I've heard it a million times. I know you've heard it a million times. If you had 5 baits that you were gonna put on your deck to go fish a tournament tomorrow, say at Lake Pleasant, I know it's not been so good to us today, but what 5 baits would you actually have on? What would you tell the people at home?
Well, you know, I would do, obviously at Lake Pleasant, you've always got to have a drop shot on. So you got to have a drop shot on. And, but other than that, I would have a buzzbait, because the buzzbait bite at Lake Pleasant in the fall can be really, really good. I mean, and sometimes that's how you're gonna catch your biggest fish of the year. So you always wanna have a buzzbait. I would have a walking bait on, because a walking bait is, again, that's another topwater bait that at Lake Pleasant in the fall can be just incredible. I would always have a jerkbait on. A jerkbait is another bait that in the fall, if you've got some wind, you can actually throw that jerkbait on points going into cuts and secondary points as well, and it's really, really great. And then I would have a swim bait that I could either reel fast or when things get tough, slow roll that on the bottom. And that would be
Gotcha.
that would be my top 5 baits that I would
There you
have.
go. Yeah. And like you said, if they get the cold spell, which we haven't had yet, but it's coming.
Right,
We
right.
heard through the weatherman.
Right.
We got the real cold spell coming through. That's when you say the jerkbait bite should start kicking into high gear.
Yeah, because those shads start to school up and then they start feeding on them. They start pushing those shad around. So it gets really, really good, that jerkbait bite. And that jerkbait bite will go all winter long. So that's something that you use in the fall, start in the fall, and I wouldn't quit that till close to spawning time.
So buy some jerkbaits. It's coming time for sure.
It's coming time. It's coming time.
I got to get a new weight.
Nice. Nice. Good one.
Oh, not
that's a
bad
good one. Not a bad one at all.
Oh, yeah, son.
Nice.
Oh, he threw my worm off, too. Did you see that?
You got plenty because your sponsors are here at the lake.
I have to call him and tell him to bring some more. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
There
not a
you
bad
go,
fish.
son.
It's good fish.
Yes. Look, the hook popped right back out again.
Yeah.
We're calling these nice fish. Really? Here. A little Lake Pleasant bass. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Ah. Well, you know, some days are diamonds and some days aren't.
But it's always fun. Fishing's always fun.
That's what I was going to say. This is always fun.
Yeah.
Kevin, I'll tell you what. I know this is in your backyard, this lake, and it's been a tough day, man. But we've caught fish. It's just been tough to catch the big
Yeah,
ones.
no, it's been tough to catch the big ones, but you know, that's Lake Pleasant. I mean, and that's pretty much anywhere you go. I mean, some days are good, some days are bad. Everybody loves catching, but we love fishing.
Yeah, that's why they call it fishing, right?
That's right.
Hey, thanks for joining us on the show today. I
Thanks a
appreciate
lot,
you
Johnny.
showing
I
everything for
appreciate
us.
it. Thanks, Johnny.
I'll tell you what, the folks at home, hope you learned something from old Kevin. He's here all the time, and I'll tell you what, take those 5 techniques that he told you, those baits, and come out here and give it a shot because it's just now getting into the good fall season.
Yeah, it is. It's happened a little bit late this year, but it's just now getting good at Lake Pleasant.
So you'll have a lot of fun. Kevin, thanks for everything. Appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you on the water in a couple weeks here
All
in
right.
a tournament.
Yeah.
Thanks for showing me your spots. Till next time, we'll see you on the water, folks. I'm Johnny
Bye-bye.
Johnson. Now, see, that's what I'm talking about, folks.